right, Peter, so here is workout A, or the first strength workout in your series. We have you doing, the first thing we have you do is your kettlebell deadlift. Now, we've got you using a 2-inch platform for your deadlift. And this is that thing where, again, that little, it's got the little rubber thing, I'm not sure if you remember that, but it's roughly around 2 inches in thickness. And so I would encourage you to basically do something like that, like maybe a thick book, like a really thick book, or if you got like a piece of, like a 2x10, lying around or something like that, where you could sit the kettlebell on. Again, I know we had spoken about getting you a kettlebell, and again, I think probably like the 32 would be the ideal as far as like lifting it is concerned. I think that's what we said. Please don't quote me on that. We can always we can dialogue about what's going to be best for you. But I think it's the 32, which is what this is right here. Now again, Peter, what we're going to do is we're going to move into position. We're going to line your ankles up with the handle of the bell. Right, we're going to find that nice strong stance. Soft bend the knees, send the hips back, find that stretch in the glutes. Nice big inhale, right? So we think drop the hips, find the tension in the glutes, lift through the chest. Nice big inhale, drive through the heels as you stand. We'll lower on down. Again, inhaling as you wedge into position, meaning drop the hips, lift the chest, drive through the heels, right? Lowering down. Inhale, drop the hips, lift the chest, drive through the heels. And again, you can nice controlled descent, but don't worry so much about the breath. Make sure you have that nice big inhale as you wedge into position. All right, now Peter, if you're unable to get a kettlebell, or you want to just use your dumbbells, we can always do the same thing. And I forget how heavy of a dumbbell you have, but so this is a 50. It may actually even be, you probably can do it without using that platform, but we'll set you up the same way. We'll just grab a hold of that bell, right, where you can grab it, again, drop the hips, lift the chest, find the stretch in the glute, find the engagement in your lats, big breath. And that's something you can do, you already have. All right, Peter, let's move you on. So the next thing we have in store, and let me just double check, is I believe your dumbbell chest press, dumbbell flat chest press. And Peter, dumbbell bench press. And you did when we were together, you did your 25s, bear with me. You did the 25s for 12s, and you did your 30s for a set of, I think, 6 to 8. You look good. Obviously, you've been doing these for a long time. You look really, really good. The biggest thing that we want to, let me find a good position for you. The biggest thing that we want to keep in mind, right, when we're doing your dumbbell chest press, and bear with me 1 second, let me grab some bells. The biggest thing we want to keep in mind is creating that structure. And again, structure to the extent that feels good for you. And what I mean by that, right, is dry pressing through the floor so that you can squeeze your glutes. Squeezing your glutes so that you can comfortably arch in the back. And again, no pain, right? It's got to feel good. Arch in the back so you can lift through that sternum, so as you lower, right, we're able to keep that shoulder joint in a good position. Versus if we flatten out and let that shoulder just protrude forward. So again, press through the floor so you can arch, squeeze the butt so you arch in the back. Arching your back so you can lift through the chest, inhaling, lowering. And again, we're going to stop roughly around 90 degrees at that elbow joint. Exhale, press up. Inhale as you lower. Little pause. Exhale, press up. Inhale as you lower. Little pause. Exhale, press up. All right. So, Peter, let's move on from there. I think the next thing that we're going to do, and let me check my notes, is your TRX row. And Peter, bear with me, we're gonna do, I believe this is your TRX low row. And yes, it is. So with the TRX low row, what we want, Peter, is we want to set up the TRX to where the handles are roughly around hip height, right? Then from here, we're going to extend on out. And just bear this in mind. The closer your feet are to the anchor point, the more challenging the row is. The further your feet are away, the easier it is. We'll start off, bands taut, handles at chest height. We're going to extend out. We'll walk the feet forward to find your appropriate intensity, right? We'll tuck the pelvis. You're going to press the feet to the floor. You're going to put the tuck in the pelvis, engaging your core, engaging your glutes. You're going to lift through that sternum. Nice big inhale. Elbows, shoulders back and down, elbows stay in. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And again, we're going to stop roughly around 90 degrees at that elbow. If we go too far, the shoulders start to roll forward, right? So again, shoulders stay back and down, elbows stay in on this one. Core is nice and engaged, glutes are engaged. Right, we're pressing to the floor. Bands stay tight like guitar strings the entire time. All right, Peter, let's move you on from there. The next one we're going to do is your step up. And we used, you know what, let me just check real quick. I believe, on your, so we used the 6-inch. We found that didn't bother your knee. So this is roughly about 6 inches, half a foot step. And we used the 15-pound dumbbells. And again, I think the big thing here, Peter, is just finding what doesn't bother your knee so we get a little bit of single leg strength, right? And I think what we found is having you actually disengage. What I mean by that is picking up that foot and pressing and coming up. Picking up that foot and pressing and coming up, right? I think what we found is as you lower down, right, in that controlled fashion, it started to bother your knee, which makes sense. If you pick up the foot, it'll disengage the muscles in the back of the leg that kind of control that, right? So again, we're going to pick up the foot, place it back down, right? Again, you use the 15s when you were here, and what did we do? We did 15 of those guys. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is you can do the dumbbell tricep extensions that you've been doing, or one of the things that we played was the TRX tricep extension. And this is similar to the rollout. The position is similar, right? We're gonna take the handles, we're gonna interlace the thumbs around that upper triangle of the opposite handle, right? We're gonna come out into this position. And Peter, what you're gonna do here, same position, right? We're gonna press through the floor, we're gonna tuck the pelvis, we're gonna engage the core. You're gonna bend the elbows, let the body come forward. And think about the back of the hands coming towards the forehead, right? Again, if you want to make it more intense, just walk the feet back a little further. Heels come up. Again, just making sure you're pressing to the floor. The thing I like about this is, again, that core is nice and engaged as well. All right, the next one we're going to do here, Peter, is your reverse fly. And let me just check your notes here. Yep, the TRX reverse fly. And this is similar to the row, right? Setup is similar, but you're not going to walk your feet forward as far. From here, right, same thing, we're going to press to the floor, we're going to tuck the pelvis, engage the core, lift through the sternum. And imagine like you're opening a big set of, a heavy set of shutters, right? Or an accordion door. The more you go straight out to the side, the more intense this is going to be. The more you kind of pull in and then go out, the easier this is. As always, if this feels pretty easy, you can always walk the feet forward a little bit. And what we're going after here is the muscles in your upper back as well as the back of the shoulder. A little bit more of the back of the shoulder. All right, same thing here as with the other TRX exercises. Go roughly 10 to 15. The last exercise we're gonna do in this series, Peter, is your hard style sit-up that we worked on. And this is, again, just to work more anterior core or the six-pack muscle. And it's really, if we can kind of think about it from a functional standpoint, it's to be able to get up off the floor. So what we're gonna do is we'll take this position right here, right? Knees up, toes up. And with these, you can kind of start off just like this. Take a nice big inhale in. We're gonna round, think about the belly drawn in, tuck in the pelvis. Think about the ribs kind of cramming into the hips. You're lowering down just about right here. And this has gotta feel good on your low back. It can't feel bad, but we wanna make sure it feels good. Imagine like you're bracing for a punch. These quick, sharp exhalations, almost like you're rationally getting a little tighter, a little tighter, a little tighter. Go roughly 15 to 20 exhalations, Peter. Really 10 to 20 exhalations, right? And then you'll inhale and come out. We'll do the same thing. Tug the pelvis, round, belly drawn in, ribs down. 10 to 20 exhalations. Again, we'll inhale back up, and we'll go one more set. So again, we'll roll on down, ribs tucked, or tailbone tucked, ribs down, belly in. Inhaling and coming out. So again, you're in control. I would go 3 sets of roughly 10 to 20 exhalations. That sharp, crisp, it's often referred to as power breathing. All right, Peter, that's workout A. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. See you soon.